One of the most important things that a lot of my clients ask when they're looking for a new property is, are there families around? Is it a big community? Is it secluded somewhere? Where I'm here to show you a brand new community that has over 500 opportunities, and right now they've only sold about 20 properties so far. So you're at the early stages of what this massive community is going to become. And what's going to happen is, if you buy the properties when the community is starting up and the prices keep going up, what happens is you're going to be building your equity as you go on. Let's check out this brand new community in St. Cloud, Florida. Let's take a dive in. So before we dive into the property tour, let's first talk about what the subdivision includes and what amenities you're gonna have access to as well. So this community is gonna have 500 homes. They're gonna have single family properties, bungalow style homes, and townhouses as well. Square footages is gonna range from 1695 to 2631. They're gonna have a variety of 3 to 4 bedroom homes, 2 to 3 bathrooms, 1 to 2 stories. So there's a lot of different floor plans, different square footages that you can choose from, which is an exciting variety of properties. Now, in the community, the amenities you're gonna have are amazing. You're gonna have a community pool and a cabana. There's gonna be 2 tot lots, and you're gonna have hiking and biking trail. So it's gonna be on the back of the community somewhere in the end. They're gonna have like a hiking and biking trail, which is gonna be pretty awesome. Then the population in St. Cloud, Florida, according to the census like 2 years ago, it's about 62,000 people. What's interesting is right next door in Kissimmee, the population is about 79,000 people. And then in Orlando, you got about 300,000 plus people, according to the census. So as far as population goes, as of right now, you know, even though they're growing, according to the census, you still have not as many people as the Kissimmee area would have or the Orlando area would have. Now, if you find this content useful or beneficial, please consider subscribing to the channel, drop a like, and then drop a comment where you're watching from. So now let's talk about what to do in St. Cloud. So TripAdvisor creates this list of top things to do in St. Cloud, and I was able to go and check out a few things in the area. So one of the ones that I checked out was the Dan Terrell Memorial Point. It was very peaceful. You have a nice long walk. You get these water views. There was a pavilion back there where you could basically rent it if you wanted to for like events and parties and family gatherings. And I had the drone out and I got the footage of the water, and it's so peaceful. And then you have Lake Runnymede Conservation. So I got lost, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know where I was at, but there was this awesome conservation by Lake Runnymede where you have hiking trails and you could walk around. It's also very peaceful. And then I went to Reptile World. It was like a snake serpentarium type thing where there was gators, we had like iguanas there, they had snakes there. So it was pretty cool as well to see all those reptiles over there. And then I went to St. Cloud Lakefront Park, which is right next to Dan Terrell's Memorial Point. So you have access to the splash pad there. It's like a cool little beach there, a little volleyball section. You got a playground there. So you have a lot of great things to do around St. Cloud, Florida, according to TripAdvisor. It was a bunch more, but I didn't have time to go to all of those. Now, let's talk about the actual incentives that this community is gonna offer you, and then we'll go and tour the inside of the house. So right now, at the time of this video, there's a limited 5.875% fixed interest rate with $15,000 towards your closing costs on some of the properties, or up to $25,000 in incentives. So while the resale rates are like in the 6, 7, and 8s, you can lock down a new construction with a fixed rate at a much lower rate with going with a builder. So now let's take a look at the property. Let's talk about taxes and insurance. So when you're buying a property, what a lot of people don't know is that the taxes on a new construction is being assessed on what the land value was first. So the tax bill might look a little weird at first, and then the next year when they reassess the property after it was completed, the taxes will be appropriate. So you might see a lower number at first, and then it's gonna go higher after the first year. Most lenders and builders and title companies will escrow the correct amount, just so that there's no sticker shock later on, and usually they're on top of it. But I've had like 1 or 2 scenarios where the person wasn't told that it was gonna go up, and then they were shocked like a year later. Insurance is prepaid up front as a prepaid item, and then they escrow the rest of it monthly. So it's gonna sound weird, but you pay upfront for the insurance for the year, and then you start paying monthly for it as well, because they're holding that new amount for your next insurance payment. So they put it into an escrow account with your taxes and insurance. When you're buying a property, there's down payments and closing costs. And what a lot of people don't know is what numbers should I have ready for me to buy my property. So I'm here to give you a little breakdown of some numbers. So let's say you're buying a property for $400,000. There's different down payment options. So like if you're VA, you get 0% option, or if there's a down payment assistance program. And then you have 3.5% down, which is the typical first time home buyer down payment, or like a 5% down conventional. And then when you're buying that property, there's also closing costs, which can range from like 3 to 5%. So for this example, let's just use a middle number. Let's say 4% closing costs and 3.5% down payment. So we take the 3.5 plus the 4, and we got like a 7.5 number. And then what we'll do is we'll take a $400,000 price point and we'll times it by 7.5%. It's about $30,000. So if this builder is offering you $15,000 towards that number, that means you'd bring about $15,000 to closing, and the property is yours. Those are the numbers as far as down payments and closing costs go. Now, the pricing in this community right now is starting in the mid 300s at the time of this video. But with 500 homes that they're gonna build, you can almost guarantee they're gonna start raising the prices slowly as more and more of the homes sell. Let's talk about what's in the actual area. So I have this report that shows me you know, what other things could be in the area that are beneficial. And it says that this area is really convenient, with most major services are being within 2 miles. So you have right within 2 miles, you have the ATM, medical, gym, gas, pharmacy. And then within 4 miles, you have movie theater, cleaners, and coffee. So you have some, you know, some things to do around town when you're running errands, and this property is going to be pretty convenient located to those things. Then the great outdoors, you're going to have Royal St. Cloud Golf Links not too far away, about 2.5 miles away. Then you have the Parton Triangle Park, which is a dog park, about 3 miles away. 4 miles away, you have some more playgrounds as well. And then you have Cypress Lake airboat tours. It's a little far out, it's about 9 miles away, but it's listed here as being convenient as well. And that's pretty much the tour of that property. Let me know what you guys think about this one. Drop a comment down below. And if you guys need help buying or selling real estate in Central Florida, you know where to reach me.